if the coach is able to put together the right guys and assemble the right team, we will be able to run fast and it can be able to put us on the podium. I mean, we saw you guys saw what we did in Oregon in 2022 when we had the best guys. So putting together those guys and including Rashid himself, I think we will be able to be on the podium. Trying to get through the rounds after having qualified for the Olympic Games. We are just working on trying to run through the rounds and fix the start and also fix the back end, and that's the end of the race. And now that has been the focus. Hona Yashada are focusing on right now, going into the Olympics. Really, it's all about just surviving and advancing. We just worry about the next round. We don't go into the heat and think of the final. Just that time, we just think about having to qualify to the next round and running through the rounds and getting to the final and then doing well in the final. And so not really any big strategy. It's just really about trying to minimize the mistakes that has been made throughout the season and making sure you run to a near close to a close perfect race and then see how that goes. Yeah, it's just about reacting. My reaction has been poor throughout the whole season, and that also counts to your time as well. Having a poor reaction can also affect your time, of course. So it's about working on your reaction, immediately reacting to the gun and having your dry face and being up and running down the track. And yeah, that has been the focus going into Paris.
Went me unqualified through a athletic meet nibi, but or best ranking. You can say rankings no more, and it's me qualify you call Olympic Games. No, you're disappointed. Say,
Oh no, I can never be disappointed. Um, I'm rather happy to be able to be, I mean, getting back to almost my best form. I mean, in sports, when you have injuries, it really set you back. People just go off for about 2 years, 3 years, and then they are not themselves anymore. But I'm just happy that it has only been a year, and I'm now getting back into my form slowly. So I cannot be disappointed. I'm rather happy that I'm getting into my real self now, and then I'm just still having to keep the focus and just keep on racing, and I know things will be fine.
any expect MFM Olympic Games. You must say, or time I'll be to ube perfect or time na say ube to me at your time no so.
Yeah, I say that stage in India, it's not about time I'll be too and I say anything. As I said earlier on, it's just about advancing. And so if it's about running uh 10:05, which I've run this season as my best, or running faster than that to advance, then so be it. It's not really having a focus on what time you have to run there. No, it's basically just having to, you know, um, advance to the next round. Even if you win the race with 10-1 and you are first and you advance to the next stage, nobody cares about the time. All people want to see is you advancing and doing well and hoping to get a medal. And that's what we have to focus on and not really about the time.
Say unye a student athlete, say you know, or yeah athlete and as a professional athlete, you know, say now who cope with the situation or the United States or no.
It's just pretty much about getting everything right. Mental coach, have to have a nutritionist and all that. And Tisani man e focus on so steady say aduane a wodi we beboa na aduane a wodi we mboa. So a lot of experiment and all that. And I don't know how you focus. It's not really as hard as it was being a student and running. Now the pressure is off of being a student where you had assignments and stuff to do. So it's more fun being a professional than being a student athlete.
Now being a professional. Sa uko meet bia one was say utuya wa usika to enter into a meet. Where do you get the money? And I say unya support from a Ghana Ghana Athletics. Say the association on count Ghana Athletics. Unya support from them.
I'm signed to a sponsor and I have an agent in the with regards to competitions, no. Competitions that I'm invited to, they pay for everything. Unless the one I want to run in myself, that's where I have to pay for everything myself and then go run it. But the ones where I'm invited, like the ones that I go in Europe and stuff, are ones that I'm invited to. So the the meet director takes care of everything. But the ones where I ran myself, like after the African Games, they were all from like my pockets and all. It's that I was invited or anything. See, I did feel me, I'm able to me, I'm to unfortunately for us, I don't think the association have that much fund to, fund all the athletes like that, and that's why the supporters went to America because it helps us to get the competition they need to run in. I mean, the collegiate athletes, aside we the professionals. It's rather unfortunate the association don't have that money to help the athletes. But I think if they do, they would have a way of helping and all that. But of course, there's Olympic solidarity and all that, which the Olympic Committee gives to athletes to help them fund for competitions they want to be in order to qualify and go around the Olympic. Not really. I've really had one major injury that was last year, and this year I've had couple of ups and downs. Had injuries coming in the African Games, but I think all is okay now. I had a cramp in I think my last race in Finland, which is really nothing to worry about. So then yeah, I think it was more about hydration. And so it took like 2 days and a BBS I am back to normal. So for now I'm healthy and I'm good right now. Joseph and I are cool. We talk on regular basis. When we have competitions and I'm running here, I tell him I'm also running here and that. So my relationship with Joe is very, very good off the tracks.
Yen me say 4x100 relay team no. We a team. And you work as a team. Moka say mpese mo campe 1 month before the Olympic Games. That request no ya grant ya mam monya a green light from AGOC say ade aban no ministry na je atumu ana monya the green light.
I think right now they're working on visas to go to France, probably on the 7th. That would give us about 3 weeks before the Olympics, which is, I think, it's enough time for us to, prepare and then go run in the Olympic Games. The team, like I say, yeah, so our request now granted. We're just waiting on the visas, and so we can travel to France to go camp and then prepare for the Olympics.
100 meters race no. You'll be seeing you. Saa so na ebehu a youngster Abdul Rashid so no so ebe two maker e 100 meters na mo. O de wako Olympics ni bi da. Ono the first time oko Olympic Games. Wait hia no ana say oni na di nkomo. Wa kire no how I was so calming nerves down proud to a Olympic Games so gina track no mo.
Yeah, in Casa yet about as far as the 100 meters is, but I'm sure say Asia definitely would talk about it. But he should be good. I trust he's in good hands with regards to his coaches. They have that experience, even though they have to be in good hands. They have trained people to be in the Olympics, so he should be in good hands. But as far as talking to him, I think that would be at the camp. Just having to stay healthy. That's the important thing. Once you're healthy, you're able to run well, and so that's the most challenging, being able to stay healthy. And when I mean that, sometimes, like last year, for instance, I got injured off just traveling, sitting in a flight and traveling to Europe, and that's how I got injured. It was not even about me racing or training, and that's how I got injured. It was just about me having to sit in a plane, and then that got me injured. So it's sometimes sad to have that experience, and I think the main challenge is just trying to stay healthy, knowing what to do when you are traveling overseas and all that, because that's when most of the injuries, okay. Aside that, there have not really been any great challenges that I faced. It's just trying to stay healthy and trying to get everything right to be able to run well. I mean, setbacks happen. The major one was just last year. To just go to the Budapest, and then I happened to get injured, and that was like the first time I've had a major injury. I didn't know how to deal with it, but being an athlete, you have to expect these things. You don't expect your body to always be 100%. Injuries will come, but as I said, I'm happy mine didn't take so long for me to recover, and I'm now getting back into my running and trying to regain my form. So that would be my major challenge. And of course, maybe probably the African Games, where you needed to perform in front of the whole crowd and you fall short. But I mean, it happens. I had just one or two knocks, and that was the main reason why things couldn't go as planned. It was also very early in the season. And as everybody can see, once you are in your best form, you're able to run really, really well. So those are just the challenges that I've been faced with. It's just focusing on one race at a time. If it has to do with me running my 100 meters, I just focus on that because at that point, that is what I can control. I can control the race that is in the next 4 days or 5 days after I run my 100 meters. So focus on 100, you do it. Once you're done, you focus on the relay, and that's just how you just balance it. Just not making real life goals interfere with whatever you have with regards to track. Um, Mintu Mikana in Wu and Abibisa, I will definitely have to stop at the point. And so I still have other goals that I want to achieve outside track. But for now, we are just focused on track, and so that nothing interferes with it. And that's just how I will be able to give my 100%, is by focusing on one thing at a time, one goal at a time. And for right now, it's about track, and I have to give my 100% to track.
Oh, kwako participativity say ka say the spirit of Olympiasm and they say to participate na. Ebi na oko and I say you have a goal say okay also to nya a medal for Ghana because you say Ghana 5 medals are yenya Olympics Olympic games no no. 4 has been from the boxing and 1 from a football team. Track and field near the idea and shade nya medals are enfimfio but wo as an athlete and when ya akwenya or call for the second time for a Ghana no then and I share is it the spirit of a participating and I say wo ambition say ubitimi arene a medal at the Ghana.
Yeah, of course, athletes, we are our ambitions to go there and go around well. But I don't like the fact that you have to tell people, hey, expect this and expect that from me. I just have to think about the rounds as I go there. I have to survive and advance to the next stage. Um, Thinking of more of the rounds, as I said earlier on. That would be the focus. I'll just have to worry about getting into the next stage, getting into the final. That's all what I have to worry about. And so yeah, that would be the goal, to get there. Think about the next one. That's it. Just give your best, and then uh, let's see what comes out of it.
Legacy Ben and now person wa uja to in terms of track and field. Then a Ghana for Enfankayo. Say Benjamin Kuku Azamati when you beat me their kind say we no yeah.
Just mainly inspiring the younger athletes. There was a break. A gap when after Aziz and Leo Mouse were running. After they ran the sub 10 and stuff like that. There was a break, and then I had to come continue and all that. I feel like those years have been inspirational to the younger guys, and if anything, I think I have paved the way for most Ghanaian athletes with regards to the recruiting process here in America, and coaches believing that Ghanaians have talent. I know that I'm not at the peak of my career yet. Things will come, winning medals will come, and so when it gets to that, people will remember me of that. And of course, but my main goal is just to inspire, give hope to any athlete in Ghana that wants to be like me and beyond. Just to give them hope that it's attainable when you put in the hard work, and when you have the 3Ds: being dedicated, being disciplined, and being determined. Yeah, but normally we receive it through our president. The Minister of Sports says congratulations and stuff like that. But I've met the minister before in Ghana for the African Games, but after the qualification, yes, but it has been through the association president to congratulate us. I mean, that depends on the coach who's going with us. It's not constant that me and Joe has to be in the team. If the coach feels like we have to be put aside for the younger guys to run, that's fine. And so I wouldn't say we are conk say mini Joe say what team name no. But it depends on the coach. Whatever the coach wants to do is fine. We just when we are called to run, we just run and do our best for our country. Yeah, of course, I believe it. And that's if we assemble the right team and the right guys to run. I believe we can, we can medal for sure. And he said, if the coach is able to put together the right guys and assemble the right team, we will be able to run fast and it can be able to put us on the podium. I mean, you guys saw what we did in Oregon in 2022 when we had the best guys. So putting together those guys and including Rashid himself, I think we will be able to, be on the podium. Yeah, I think I believe we should have a reserve. Normally, we take about 6 or 5 athletes. So I believe we should have a reserve. Nneɛma na meka nyinaa, so I believe because I don't know the team. And so for now, I don't know the coach who is going with us. And so that's why I say the coach, because I don't know who the coach is, and I don't know who the reserves are going to be and whoever that's on the team. Yeah, I don't think that has been finalized yet. I think we will know as soon as we are about to leave. For now, I have no idea who the coach is, and I have no idea about the 6 athletes going, or 5 athletes going, including myself. Would I be surprised? Yes, I have to be surprised. I think it should be based on their performances this season. I happen to be the second Ghanaian after Rashid, so of course I have to be surprised if I'm not on the relay. But again, it depends on the coach that they are taking and the decision that he has to make. But I have to be given a reason why I'm not going to be on the team.